Greetings, YouTubers. This is Hellshade2. This video is entitled Language and Definition. Now, I think this is probably one of the biggest issues in a lot of debates between people of religion and people who don't believe in religion or don't believe in gods or the supernatural or what have you. Now, it seems when you debate some of these people that those of the religious nature, what I would call fanatics, those that can't talk to people without mentioning God or praising God or whatever prophet, Muhammad or Jesus Christ, or praising somebody in some type of religious nature. The type of people like that preach to you regardless of whether you want it or not. These type of people have their own definitions for a lot of words, okay, which is part of the problem we have with debating such people. Because when people do not adhere to what the popular definition of a word is, okay, it creates barriers that are hard to cross, because language is the main way of moving ideas and issues and thoughts on subjects, whatever it is, whether it's science, philosophy, whatever the information is, religion, it doesn't really matter. I mean, whatever that information is, languages is the way that these things are aired, so to speak. How people can listen, think, view, and process that information. But when people can't agree on definitions to words, okay, this process becomes disrupted. And this is where the problem is, okay? It's not just a language barrier between different languages. That's an issue right there as well, okay? But even with common English, even American English, however you want to call it, American English, in Europe, European, English, how the English themselves speak, British, there's differences in language there too as well, but it's a matter of definitions of words that causes a lot of problems, okay? Especially when associated between translating, let's say, Islamic into English, okay? I'm sure there's problems with that too, and this is where a lot of issues come from, I think, between Bibles, Korans, and a lot of holy books, because a lot of things may or may not have gotten lost in the translation, and some things also may have been inferred by a translation that wasn't really meant, okay? Which to me is another reason why you cannot trust a lot of these holy books, because you have no freaking clue how they were put together, okay? Who actually decided what words meant at the time it was translated, okay? I don't know how much of this makes sense, because personally, like I say, these are just thoughts I have, opinions, okay? And I'm not a linguist, okay? But it seems to me like if somebody has to determine what a specific word means in the translation, then things can be changed, things can be lost in the meanings. So this is what I'm trying to say. Language and definition are some of the biggest barriers that come up between debating people, because whether it's debating people, whether it's debating things written in a book, whether it's debating data, okay, it all hinges on what a popular definition of what words are and how all these equate between languages. I'm not sure how much sense this makes, but it just seems to me like language is how we do things. Language is how we communicate. Language is how we get things done. Without language, it's so much harder to get things done, because without communication, people can't get together as easy. And when people can't agree on specific definitions, like, I'll put it to you this way quickly. You can check some of my older videos with about another YouTuber named CryptoLogos. Okay, if you watch some of his videos, and I will tell you right now, they are hard to watch because the man has some crazy ideas. Okay, when it comes to religion, but he has his own private definitions of words. Okay, and if you watch enough of his videos, you'll see how he describes certain words or usages, or how he uses them, and you'll see that his usages and his how his explanations of these and definitions of these do not jive with the popular definitions that you might find in most of your dictionaries these days. Okay, so take that as you may, be that as it may. I think that's pretty much all for now. So comments, questions, I'm here. Always will answer. And again, for spammers out there, if you're going to spam, don't even bother, because when I find it, I'll delete it. So everybody else, have a great day, peace, and be well.